All right, we're gonna get started. So welcome everyone. If you guys have any questions along the way, you can ask in Say Chat preferably, but you can also ask like in the clinic call chat thing, like on Discord. If it won't let you say what you want to say in Say Chat, but I'm gonna keep more of an eye on Say Chat, just so you know. But yeah, so today we are gonna go over basically Hunter. Oh, thank you, Jess. No, I've been told that before. Yeah, many times actually. I've also been told more in real life, but people say I'm very like monotone, which like they usually say it as a bad thing, but I'm like, I don't think it's a bad thing. Just that's just my voice. I'm so sorry. Sorry, I'm not a peppy girl. But yeah, thank you. Anyway, so we're gonna go over Hunter over fences. I know our last clinic was under saddle. And we also recorded that one if you want to watch that one at all. But that was just under saddle. So this time we're gonna go over fences, which is obviously the jumping portion of a hunter division at a show. That's the nice way of hiding that she's disappointed all the time. I am disappointed all the time. All right, Tori? Disappointed at everyone. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, anyway, so we're gonna go over fences. We're gonna talk about how we score and also like how it differs from real life because it definitely differs quite a bit. And then I'm gonna try to explain the screen delay aspect that comes with doing hunter over fences because it does definitely play a part. If you do SSO dressage at all, you'll have somewhat of an idea of how screen delay works, hopefully. Um, and it's a similar concept, obviously, but yeah, it definitely takes some practice. I mean, it was hard for me to even understand at first because I'm just like, wait, what? Like when I first started showing, I had no idea that the screen delay was even a thing. And like here I am like thinking it was a great round and like and then you like place last because on your screen, I mean we'll get into this, but I'll just give you the gist. But basically on your screen, you can think that you're very centered over a jump, but you might not be because like the jump is probably on a turn, or like if it is on a turn, you're not going to be centered if you're in the middle on your screen, basically. But we'll get into it. Don't worry. Um, I know. I hope one day, Bambi. I pray. Um, but yeah, so I'm just gonna talk a little bit. Actually, let me pull that up. I'm gonna like talk about how we score over fences first, just so that we have like a basis to go off of and like how it's different from real life. And while I'm doing that, you guys can come into the ring and you can warm up on your own while I talk for a bit. You can just like walk, trot, canter both directions, like take it easy, nothing too crazy. There might be a decent amount of lag, so you don't have to like extended canter if it's too much lag. Also, there's a lot of you, so you don't have to worry about spacing as much. Like I don't even care. This is like just for you, just to warm up. I'm gonna go stand in the middle. And then whenever you're done warming up, you can just like line up in the middle, as if you're like lining up at the end of a flat class. But like no rush. I'm gonna ramble for a little, so don't worry. Okay, so I'm actually gonna pull up our judging guidelines, which everyone has access to. Um, they are on our website. There's a link if you go to our website and then you go to judging and then you go to live show. And then if you go all the way down to the bottom, there's like the embed for the Google Doc, and then you can like click on the corner or like just click on it if you're on mobile, and that it gives you access to the document. Um, we're not gonna. You don't even have to have jumps up yet. Yeah, I know the lag is probably gonna be bad. Yeah, you don't have to have jumps on yet. I'll let you guys know um when we need jumps. But yeah, feel free to warm up for like a good like 10 minutes. Like you don't have to rush, it's fine. Okay, so our judging guidelines, again, on our website. If you want to follow along, that's fine. If you'd rather follow along than like warm up, that's totally fine. Um, okay, so basically, all right, first I will talk about how it's different from real life. Oh my God, I feel like this clinic could go for like 2 hours. I'm gonna try to not though. I'm gonna try to keep it to an hour. Um, so basically, as most people probably know, hunters in real life over fences mainly judged on how well the horse moves and their like jumping style, how fancy they are, how like good manners they have, how well they move, etc. And that's really not how we judge in the game, just because there isn't enough like variation between the horses and ponies to do that. Because like obviously, if someone has two of the same breed, they're gonna have the same exact score, you know, pretty much. So I mean, obviously there are other factors, but for the main portion, it's too similar to go off of just that. So we came up with other ways to judge, which are still similar to real life, I would say, but obviously like that big part of just like the horse itself is not so much of a factor. Um, the only part of the scoring that does have to do with your horse is the breed suitability score, which also is on our website under that same tab, the judging tab for live shows. There are scores, and you're only scored in hunter divisions for their breed. It's not a factor in equitation or jumpers. So you can refer to that if you're curious what your breed score would be. I know like right off the bat, some horses aren't a perfect 10, such as like the Pasifino, just because they have a very like high head carriage. Um, some of the draft horses aren't a 10, like the Percheron, I think is like a 6. No offense to the Percheron. But most horses that you guys use are 10s. So like the Finn horse, the American Paint, the Halflinger, I'm just like going off of who was right in front of us. The Appaloosa, the Gotland Pony, the English Thoroughbred, those are all 10s. So don't worry about them. The Connemara is a 10. All of your like standard like hunter-y breeds pretty much. So yes. And then obviously another part that we judge is dress code, but I'm not going to go into that because it's all there. It's all on the website. Um, and then your horse's level and their mood is also judged because ideally you would bring a max happy horse just because, I mean, for one, it makes the show go faster if everyone's going as quick as they can. But it's also like a way for us to basically like assess like your horse's soundness. So like if they're not happy, that's like equivalent to like them not being sound, you know? So yeah, so definitely bring a max happy horse because that's like an easy way to lose points. But yeah, so those things only count for 20% of your score. Yes, take care of your ponies. Listen to Eve. So yeah, that those four things only count for 20% of your final score, and then the other 80% is mainly your jumps, but also a couple other things. So first of all, we'll go over the jumps though. So every single jump in the course will be scored out of 10 points. So pretty easy to remember. Bye Jade. Oh, and if you guys if you need to leave at any point, like that's fine. I won't take it personally. I know this might go on for a bit. Yeah, tail ribbons are allowed. Was there a question about tail ribbons? Did I miss that? Yeah, tail ribbons are allowed. Like the ones that like indicate certain things, like if your horse kicks or whatever. And that's like on our dress code. It says they're like optional. Obviously, you don't need a tail ribbon, but if you want. But anyway, so every jump is scored out of 10 points total. Um, so like 10 points would be a perfectly straight and a perfectly centered jump with a very smooth approach. Um, and those are mainly the things that we look at when you're jumping. So if you'll notice, the judge is typically going to follow you as you go throughout your course. And the reason that they're following you is because, I mean, at least for me, I like being behind you because obviously I'm not going to get in your way, but also like that's like the best angle to like see how well like lined up you are to the jump. And like when I'm following you, I'm basically just trying to figure out like how centered you are, how straight you are over the jump, and like how smooth your line up to the jump is as well. So if anyone's wondering why I'm ever chasing you, that's why. So yeah, that would be a 10 out of 10 jump is if you're perfect. Like there's absolutely no hint of crookedness or off-centered or anything. I usually don't give 10s just because like usually there is like a tiny bit of off-centered or crookedness even on the most like perfect jump, which is like fine. Like nines are like a 9 out of 10 would be like still considered like pretty perfect, so I wouldn't worry about it, but yeah, so that's essentially how jumps are scored. So obviously if you were like very off-centered, very crooked, if you have a lot of like your horse head movement over the jump, so like if you're turning as you jump, that'll definitely deduct points. If you jump it at the wrong gait, like if you're cantering when you should be extended cantering, that'll just give you an automatic 1 for the jump. If you like totally slice the jump, like as if it's like a jumper course, that's like also a 1. So definitely don't do that. What would be the number you give the most? Definitely like 7s and 8s are like the most average for sure. And like average good, you know what I mean? It's not like, oh, average. Like, no. Like, that's a good. Those are very good. Oh my God, my voice is gonna go today. It's gonna go. My voice always goes. I should really get like cough drops when I do this. I have water, the water's not gonna help though. It can only help so much. Anyway, so yeah. um, but yeah, that's like the gist of jump scores. Does anyone have any questions about that, or does any of that not make sense? Um, if you see like on our judging guidelines, it tells you kind of like what each like score would be. So like a 6-point jump would be moderately off-centered or crooked, and then some obvious horse head movement. So it kind of gives you like an example. Obviously, it's like when you're judging, it happens very fast. So it's kind of just like getting like an idea of like what kind of jump would associate with what score. And that's like very on the fly. But if you've done it a while, you can kind of like, you know, get used to it. And do you do that for each jump? Yeah, so that's for every single jump in the course is out of 10. Mm-hmm. And then instead of it being like, oh, you get 80 points then for that section of the score, we actually weight the scores like just like in like what's like an example? Like you know how in school like your teacher will like weight different things. Like maybe your final exam is weighted to be like 20% of your final grade or like whatever. Like we do the same, like that's the same thing we do when scoring over fences. So those first four things were only 20% of your score, and then the jumps, and then your turns and courtesy circles. What else? If there's a halt in the course, if there's a stride, like a distance that needs to be a certain number of strides, that's all 80% of your score. Hopefully that makes sense. I know a lot of math today. It's not what you guys wanted, I know. But like really like just focusing on being very centered and straight is like all you need to worry about until we get to screen delay. But we'll get there. Okay, anyone else have any questions? I know. You know that your teachers are right, man. Math is everywhere. Just kidding. It's not really. But also, if you hear my dog barking, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. He's crazy right now. Yeah, pretzel. It's fine. He can bark all he wants. Yeah. God. Oh my God. All right. Anyway, let's move on from that. I don't want to like. This is gonna go on forever, guys. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so that's jumps. And then after that, there's gonna be just like one score for how well you turn throughout the whole course. So basically, like in hunters, obviously, for the most part, excluding like derbies, you want to be taking nice wide turns, very smooth, no like obvious horse head movement, none of that. Um, Nice straight lines to the jumps as much as possible, given like the crazy courses in Star Stable. I love how there's a person just standing on you guys. That's amazing. Anyway, but yeah, so that's like for the majority of hunter over fences. Obviously, in hunter derbies, in the handy round, it's the opposite. You actually want to do inside turns and like nice efficient turning. You still want to be smooth about it, but you don't want to be like taking like too much time to get to each jump. But we're not really going to get into derbies because it just gets confusing. I'm sure most of you got it down. Like, I think most of you know all of this, which is good. But yes. So that's your turn score. And then your turn score is also going to be out of 10 points, but it's just one. It's not like for every turn. It's just like in general, how well did you like maneuver yourself throughout the course? Will points be added for bend in turns and such? There's never really like it's not like oh you get bonus points, but like if you're taking nice inside turns, if that's what you're talking about, if you're taking nice inside turns in a handy round, then yeah, you will get a better score. And yes, to that question, if you take inside turns when you shouldn't, so like in just like a regular hunter over fences class, then yeah, it's gonna definitely take some points off that score. So like a 10, like a 7, 8, 9, or 10 is like a pretty good score for turns. If you were cutting corners or taking inside turns, you're probably gonna get like somewhere's around like a 3 or a 4 or 5. So yeah, it's not like a huge amount off your score, but it'll definitely make a difference. All right, so after that is I'm not even I don't even want I'm not going to go into the halting cuz there isn't ever going to be halting in a hunter class over fences. That's really just an equitation, so we're not even going to talk about that. But we'll talk about courtesy circles a little bit. Um, so courtesy circles are when you do like an opening or a closing circle at the beginning or the end of your course. Usually, you only need to do them if the first jump or the last jump are close to the in or out gate. And it'll always say on the course diagram, like it'll say in the text that I write above the course if you need to do them or not, just to make it easier. But they're basically like when you just do a circle at the beginning or the end, and you want to walk into the arena or out, and then you want to trot and then you want to go right to the extended canter. And then you want to do that trot to canter or trot to extended canter transition about halfway through the circle. So that's like kind of what an ideal circle would be. And then the size of the circle, I would say if it was this arena, about like 1/3 of the size. I know, I'm way ahead of you, Sequoia. Yeah, so this arena, like, definitely about like 1/3. Yeah, no, no problem. Does anyone have any questions about circles? They're pretty straightforward, and I'm like, I'm not super picky about them. Like, if you canter a little bit, I don't really care. Basically. As long as they're like decently sized and like you're not cantering through the in gate or out gate, then like you're good. And then those circles, each one is, or no, is it each one? Yeah, each one is scored out of 10 points. So similar concept, you know. Pace. So if you're talking about like which gate to go in the circle, you want to trot about like 1/3 of the circle and then go to the extended canter. Would you prefer if we trot into the arena? So you definitely want to walk into the arena. You definitely want to be walking through the gate and through the out gate. Just like for like, you know, safety. If we're being realistic, you know what I mean? But after you pass through the gate, you can go right to the trot. And then vice versa for a closing circle. So yeah, I think that's it for questions. Okay, so let's go to so stride scoring. Oh my god, I can't talk. So like this would be if there's a distance in feet in between two related obstacles. So like essentially if there's like a line on the course of two jumps. And like let's say that and like the distance is always going to be written on the course diagram if you need to worry about the strides. It'll be like kind of smaller and like in gray text with like a little foot symbol. Hopefully that makes sense. Like the little line that means feet. Um, so like let's say that the distance between two jumps is 72 feet. That basically means that you need to do 5 strides in that line. And that's not including takeoff and landing. So that's like 5 whole strides in between the two jumps. And like the way that's calculated, similar to real life, is that every 12 feet equals a stride, but then there's an extra 6 feet for the landing and then 6 feet for the takeoff. So that's why it's not 6 strides, it's 5 strides. Does that make sense? Hopefully you guys know that. I'm sure there's a lot of websites that explain that way better than I did. It's just like real life though. Obviously I don't know the measurements in the game. I don't know. There's no way to know. There are no rulers in the game, so okay, so I think that's pretty straightforward. And then obviously when we score that, for every like distance, usually there's only one in the course. It's very rare that I'll put 2 distances to worry about. I'll just do one. But you'll get a 10 out of 10 if you have the correct number of strides. If you add or subtract a stride, then you get, I believe, a 5 out of 10. Yeah, 5 out of 10. So it takes a decent amount of points off. And then 2 or more strides added or subtracted, you just get 1 out of 10. So that's pretty significant, I would say. But that rarely happens. Usually, at most, somebody adds just 1 or subtracts 1. But honestly, like, honestly, half the time I don't even count them and I'll just give everyone a 10, if I'm being honest. But you didn't hear it from me, you know. Don't tell anyone. I know. I get lazy, okay? Like it all happens so fast and like if I'm trying to focus on the jump scores and then also counting, sometimes it's really hard, okay? Like I'll just give everyone tens. It's just for realism, okay? The distance looks cute on the course. That's why. But like most of the time everyone's fine. Unless it's like a bending line and it's like hard, but yes, and that's a good point. You definitely don't want to change your gait at all to try to get the strides. You want to like stay in the extended canter for sure. Hmm. All right. I think we're good on that. What time is it? 6:30. Okay. We're doing good on time. Okay, I'll just quickly go over the other deductions that you can get in over fences. Um, So obviously, if you have a refusal, which is just going to be anything where you like don't make it over the jump and like have to circle back around, then that is 40 points off of your final score. Obviously, significant because it's also significant in real life. So we're just trying to be realistic, guys, you know. And then if you hit a jump, which a lot of times honestly is like hard to even see. Oh my God, you guys are changing hats. Stop. Stop. That's so distracting. Oh my God. Yeah, you look like broken lights. Okay, anyway, I'm glad I got that on video though. This is gonna be on the internet forever. Okay, anyway, so if you hit a jump, that's 20 points off your final score, but like I was saying, it's really hard to tell sometimes because a lot of times on someone else's screen, it'll just look like you lagged for a second and it's like hard to even know if you actually hit it. So, unless I like can definitely tell you hit it, like you go down to the trot, then I like probably won't even notice. So, just keep going, you know, pretend like it didn't happen and hope that I didn't see it, you know what I mean? Or hope that the judge didn't see. Um and then any other like hard stop on the course, like if you like hit a fence, like if you like run into the rail or like hit any other jump like by accident, that'll be 20 points off your score. If you go at the incorrect gate at any point, like during the jumping portion, it doesn't really like relate to the circle at all, but oh my God, I'm like burping, sorry. So like for example, if you're jumping and then you like accidentally tap up and like start galloping and I see it, then that'll be um 10 points off your score. So like not too much, but oh my God, pretzel. Um and then another 10 points will come off if you go in or out the wrong gate, like the wrong in or out gate. I feel like I'm saying the word gate way too much. um, Usually people don't go in the wrong gate because like it's pretty obvious what the in gate is, but I've seen people go out the wrong gate, like the arena gate. Oh my God, I feel like I'm saying like gate as in like your pace. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. So that'll be 10 points off your score. So it is good to make note of the out gate. Just remember. Yeah, like gate as in like gate. That's what I'm saying right now. Yeah. Like exit gate, yes. Like arena exit. Yes. There we go. And then the only other deduction you can get is if you go off course, then you're just eliminated. So you will have no score, sadly. But again, just like real life, trying to be realistic. Sorry. But that's like pretty much it for the scoring. Does anyone have any questions so far? Let me know. Yeah, seriously. Gate or gate. Yeah, it's probably on the website. Yeah, so any dress code error is going to be 2 points off. So like if you have a hairstyle that isn't allowed, that'll be 2 points off. hmm But again, like dress codes in the section that's only 20% of your score, so it's like not going to make a huge difference, but like if you had like a phenomenal round but your horse is sad, like it might be a difference between like a score of like 92 and like a score of like 80 something. So, you just got to watch it with that. Um Yeah, so there is specific kinds of tack that you have to wear for hunters, and it's all detailed on our website under the dress code tab for live shows. It's pretty thorough, so I would definitely read through that before asking questions. But oh yeah, when the characters get updated, it's all gonna get updated for sure. Because I mean, from what I understand, there's going to be a lot of new hairstyles, so that'll definitely all get updated. So don't worry. We'll get there when we get there. I think we have time. I don't think we're going to get the characters till like around New Year's, honestly. Like around Christmas, probably, if I had to guess. Yeah, like I honestly feel like they're not going to release it till like January. Sorry to disappoint, but I mean, it's fine though. I mean, they're probably gonna have to like tweak a lot of things after the beta testing. So, you know, honestly, anything's better than what we have now. That's how I look at it. I'm fine with it. If we still look like children, that's fine. I don't care. I mean, we're supposed to be a child in the game, so like whatever. Yeah, I never got to experience the giraffe neck thing. Thank God. Okay, so all right, so that was pretty much it for scoring. Um, so now we can actually get into screen delay a little bit. So I'm gonna actually put on Oh my God. So I'm gonna put on a jump preset so everyone can also do that. I guess we'll use A just because A is very like nice and spread out. Oh gosh. Okay, everyone's running at the board. Yeah, so go ahead and put on A. A as an apple. And then let's do one more. I don't know if anyone can tell, but I did not write out a plan for tonight, and that's a first. I usually write up like a plan. Not that I really need to use it, but I did not do that today. It's fine. Okay, so let's go over to this yellow jump at the far end. I don't know if you guys can see me. I'll rear. I'm on the Arabian. I'm at the end, like closest to like Silverglade Village. Yeah, the yellow jump. Okay, yes. Come, my children. Okay, so yeah, this jump here is pure evil. So like when I started doing these shows, like doing live shows, like we had the old the old Steve's farm, where it was like permanently here. And like that was how I had to learn how to do this. And I'm sure a lot of you that have been doing this know what I'm talking about. But war flashbacks. Yeah, so basically like what I'm talking about is that this jump is on a god awful turn. from this direction. From the other direction, it's like not as bad, but from this direction, it's kind of hell. So, but it's also like it's a great jump to practice on if you're trying to get a hang of screen delay. So, when I okay, let me try to think of how to explain this. So, has anyone ever like been in this arena um while someone else is doing like the Steve's race where they go around this course in the circle and they're like, they're speeding and it looks like they're literally like jumping the jumps like out here, right? Like it looks like they're literally like not even jumping the jumps, right? Okay, so that's what we're talking about right now. So that would be the screen delay. Um so if you picture that on like a micro scale when you're doing hunters, because obviously it's a lot slower and it's not as dramatic. That's like kind of a good way. That's like a good thing to remember because that's like a way to visualize. Another way to help yourself, which is what I did a few times, was if you have an alt account on the same like if you have another alt account on North America, for example, and if you can like borrow someone's laptop or something, or if you have a laptop and a computer, like do that. But I literally logged on to both accounts, and then I would watch myself jump from my alt account. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I would jump on my main account and then watch it on my alt account. Yes. Yeah, you could do laptop and mobile. I don't know how like the screen delay works on mobile. I'm assuming it's the same, but yeah, whatever works. That worked for me because I was able to like actually visualize where I needed to jump in order to like basically compensate for the screen delay. Yeah, it's a good way to test it out for sure. But another option you could do though is like if you have a friend that can just like watch you and like you jump and then they'll tell you like where you jumped on their screen. That's like another way you could do it. You guys just go and test it right now. Just see all these like other accounts popping up. No, I'm kidding. um, but yeah, so basically, um, ideally you would jump a jump here. If it was any other jump, like on a nice straight line, like you would be here. You would be perfectly in the middle. You'd be perfectly centered, but not for this jump. No, no. So for this jump, if you're coming at it on a turn like this, you're gonna want to jump it more so like here, like closer to like where the white meets the yellow. If you need to like, if anyone needs to like come next to me to like see exactly where I am, feel free. It's probably easier if you come like behind me or whatever. That's fine. Feel free to crowd me. I don't care. So yeah, so that's like basically where I would aim if I was doing this. It can vary slightly depending on like how much lag you have, how much lag the judge has, how many people are around, like causing lag, how fast you are. Like if you're faster, you're gonna have more screen delay. Um, which is like another reason why we take points off for being like low horse level and like low mood and stuff. Because the slower you are, the easier it is to like line up for jumps and stuff like that. So everyone's just going. Don't worry, we'll have time to practice. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. I'll have you all go over this jump. That'll be our big thing of the day. um, but yeah. So, oh my god, you guys are funny. It's just like a. You guys are doing good though. It's looking good. Yeah, it's like a whirlpool. I mean, feel free to practice now if you want, but the lag is gonna be crazy. um, but yeah, I'll have you guys do this one by one, and I'll kind of like give you feedback as to like where you jump it, and then that'll hopefully help you to know like where you are, where you are in space. It's like a crap shot most of the time. It's fine. But yeah, so that's like mainly the gist of it. So basically, if you're jumping a jump on a turn, you just need to put yourself slightly more to the outside of that turn when you jump. That's like kind of just the rule of thumb. So like this one, for example, you're going to be more to the right because that's more to the outside. But if it was opposite, you would be more to the left. So if like, here, let's go to one other jump in here. Let's go to, let's go to the other yellow jump on the opposite end. So screen lag really only happens on turn jumps. Yes. Obviously it happens on a jump on a straightaway also. Like you'll notice that like when you're watching someone jump from your screen, they like jump early and they like land in the jump. That's like the screen delay also. But if you're going like on a straight line, obviously you don't have to worry about like being off-centered. Does that make sense? Hopefully. Yeah, so basically like as far as like aiming at a certain point on the jump to like compensate, that only really applies if it's a jump like on a turn. Are points deducted for takeoff landing screen delay? A lot of people here are taking off too early. No, yeah. Oh, did I just did I just answer your question? Yeah, no. So like that thing where people land in the jump, like we don't care about that. Because obviously, like if you were to try to overcompensate for that, you would probably like hit the jump every time because you'd be like waiting really late to take off, and you don't have to do that. Don't worry about that. But yeah, so this yellow jump is another example because it's on a turn from this direction. So you would also want to jump it a little off-centered to compensate and try to be in the center on the judge's screen. So this one I would probably aim for like slightly left of center. So just like opposite of that other jump. Yeah. Would it be the same from the other side as well? Yeah, so from the other side of this jump, you would... From the other side, it's not as extreme. You probably have enough time to straighten out. So I probably wouldn't aim to be off-centered coming from the other direction. I would probably go for the middle. Yeah. No refusals. But yeah, it really just depends on how much time you have to be straight before you jump. Like if you have a couple strides, like you're good. You don't have to worry about the screen delay really. But I mean, like I said though, it's really hard to know unless you like are having someone watch you or if you're watching from another account. It's like it's really hard. Like even I like forget how much you need to do if I haven't like watched from my other account in a while. Like and like all the arenas are different. It's just like craziness. But yeah, you mainly just need to worry about those jumps that are like right after a sharp turn or like on a turn. And then like another hard thing, oh my God, I could go on about this forever. Another thing you have to worry about is which like depending on the jump, the judge won't take this as much into account, but you also just want to make sure that you're straight over the jump and you're not like turning your horse's head as you jump. That can be difficult with the first one we were looking at before because that one is quite a sharp turn and you do kind of have to turn like very soon after the jump. And then hopefully I'm not losing anyone right now. I feel like this gets so confusing. But that's another way that screen delay affects you is you can like land and you can think that you're like you're good, you're landed, you can start turning now, but because of screen delay, it might look like you're still turning as you jump, even if you start turning like on your screen, like well after the jump. It's not like oh like that much past it, but yeah, I usually like to give myself like a good stride of straightness before I start turning as much as I can because like you don't want to look like you're yanking your horse's head as you jump. Yeah. Hopefully that makes sense. Is anyone like totally lost? Hopefully not. Okay, I think oh my God, pretzel. Stop. Okay, I think we're good for now. So let's just start practicing over the other one because the other one is definitely more challenging. So I'm gonna have you guys line up. I'll have you guys line up here behind me. I'm kind of near like the White House. And just line up like single file. Don't worry, everyone will get a chance. You don't have to squeeze anyone. Oh God, there's a lot of clumping. Guys, don't squish each other. We're probably only gonna have time to go through everyone like once, but this is why we do private lessons too. Yeah. Oh God, okay, everyone's still being squished. It's fine, whatever. All right, so yeah, go ahead and back up a little. The struggle is real. The struggle is real right here, that's for sure. Yeah, so we have private lessons. You have to like buy them with our like server currency, which you can like earn through interacting with our server bot. It's all like it all explains it under our we have a membership tab that has like server perks, level guide, currency guide, shop items. It's all like explained there. So like if you want to do that, then you can check that out. It's not very expensive. Like it wouldn't take like too long to save up for it, but yep. Okay, so all I'm gonna have you guys do is extended canter over. Actually, wait, I need to reset the jumps. You're just gonna extended canter over that far yellow jump, the first one we were looking at. Okay, there we go. My jumps are fixed. um, and I'm just gonna kind of like let you know where you jump it, essentially. Like I'll say like, oh, you were like slightly left of center, you were slightly right of center, blah blah blah. So yeah. Um, and why don't we'll have you guys wait to go until like I say like next person can go, just because like it might take a minute to like give feedback. So yeah, is everyone good? Questions? Anyone totally lost? Let me know. Oh, thanks for coming back. All right, so whoever's first, you can go whenever you're ready. And I will just be over here watching like a creep. That was good. Oh, a little hard stop there. So you were a tad bit to the right of center and a little bit crooked also. You were kind of pointed. You were basically pointed like this way slightly, so I would definitely work on getting straighter, getting like nice and straight. And it's okay if you do like kind of an abrupt turn to do that. But that was very good. Good job. All right, whoever's next, go ahead. I kind of want to stand like outside the arena. No, it's fine. Nice. That was similar to the last person. You were a little bit left of center though, instead of right. I think the last person was right of center. And you were kind of like angled to the right also. So just like be a little more like deliberate in your turn and then it'll like get you nice and straight. Also, like I told you guys I'm recording this. It's probably going to be really helpful to watch it back and you can like see yourself jump it and like that may also be very helpful. So just a note. I'll let you guys know like once it's posted, but it'll be on our YouTube. Anyway, next person, go ahead. Once you're done, you can kind of just like hang out in the middle if you want. Like you can kind of line up wherever. That was very nice, Mia. You were a little bit to the right of center, but that was nice. You were pretty straight. Good job. Yeah, you guys can just like hang out in the middle if you want. That's totally fine. Okay, whoever's next, go ahead. Also, if anyone like needs to go soon and you want to like cut the line, that's totally fine too. Just like let me know. That was nice. You were similar to the first couple people. You were a little bit left of center, but also angled to the right. So just again, like get a little bit more like deliberate when you turn to like straighten out quickly, and that should help you. All right, whoever's next, go ahead. Trying to like not turn my screen very fast for the poor people watching this. That was nice, Emmy. You were very straight over the jump, but just a little bit left of center. But nice and straight. So good job on that. But you could definitely go a little bit more to the right, I would say. All right, our next person's going for it. That was very good. I don't really have any complaints about that one. That was really nice. And you're on a Jorvik Wild, the most huntery horse here. Just kidding, I love that one. Okay, whoever's next, go ahead. Yeah, no, that was very good. Sometimes it's kind of just like luck that you get a good like spot over the jump. That was very nice. You were a little bit too much to the right, but very straight. So that was very nice. Good job. Whoever's next, go ahead. Oh, and if anyone's like AFK in line, you can kind of just like move yourself up. That's fine. That was really good. Very nice. Like you're like slightly still left of center, but like it was very slight. So that was very nice. Very good job. I'm trying to like angle myself so you guys can see exactly where you jump it if you watch this back. So, all right, whoever's next, go ahead. Love the pink pants. That was very good. A little bit left of center, but that was very nice. Good job, Gio. All right, whoever's next, go ahead. I'm trying to get you guys out of here by 7. I don't know if we can do it. That was nice, Hazel. A little bit crooked, facing to the right side of the jump, but you were pretty well like in the center, so that was good. Good job. Very nice. Whoever's next, go ahead. That was really good. I don't really, it was maybe a tiny bit pointed like right, but like so slight. Like that was very nice. I don't really have complaints about that one. Good job. Whoever's next, go ahead. Oh my god, it's like starting to get so dark out so early. Like, why? Really good. That was good, Ray. Like, like the slightest bit right of center, but that was very, very nice and straight. Very nice. Good job. Good job, little Gotland pony. Go ahead, whoever's next. Yeah, it just takes a lot of like kind of getting the hang of it. Um, Also, it's helpful to like do the course like a million times. Like when I used to show, I would like practice the course like a bajillion times. That was really nice, Brooklyn. Like slightly right of center, but that was really good. Also, yeah, if you guys need to go, like that's totally fine. I'll probably say like a little bit at the end, but like this is like This is most of the clinic, so. All right, whoever's next, go ahead. What was I saying? Yeah, so like repetition definitely helps. I used to practice like a lot, and that just like it also just like helps you get a feel for like the arena and like the layout. That was really good. That was very nice. Maybe like a tiny bit left of center, but that was very good. Very good. Oh wait, was that Bree? Oh my God, Bree. Yes, that was good. Good job, Bree. All right, go ahead. Where was next? Oh my God, I'm having flashbacks to like um teaching lessons, like opal tide lessons. Um, that was good. Oh God, it looks like you got stuck on the jump. Okay, I'll ignore that part, but it looked good. That was good. You were like a little bit left of center, but that was nice. It's fine. I'll ignore that. I didn't even see that. I don't know what you're talking about. Um, are you constantly switching your camera when you compete, or do you just let it follow the horse? Okay, so this is actually a good question. Hold on. Whoever's next. Hold up. Um, so that's a good question. When I show, I'll steer with my right hand and then I'll jump like with my left hand on the spacebar. Not everyone does that though. Like some people like to steer with their left hand and then move their camera with their right hand. Um, but it just like depends on what you feel more comfortable with. Like I feel more comfortable with my right hand steering because like I can be more precise because I'm a righty. Um, and also like if you have a good feel for the arena and you've practiced it a million times, then you don't have to like turn your camera as much because you kind of know like where to go and like you kind of like memorize almost like where to turn, like depending on like where you are in the arena. Um, hopefully that helps. And like if there's like a jump on a turn, like a lot of times to help practice like where you want to turn for that jump, you can like go up to the middle of the jump and then you just like back yourself up in a straight line to the rail and like you'll kind of like see like where you need to start turning, if that makes sense. But it's kind of just like up to you, but I would definitely recommend steering with your dominant hand and like not worrying about turning the camera as much, but you know, yeah, it's really up to you for sure. Whatever you're like more used to. Yeah, me and Monica are the boomers. All right, go ahead. Whoever's next. I use WADs. That's how I read that. Yeah, no, usually like when I'm judging and like when I'm like going through, okay, Jess, that was perfect. No complaints there. Anyway, whoever's next, go ahead. Um, but yeah, most of the time, like when I'm in game, I'm using my left hand on the WASD and I steer my camera around. Um, but like specifically when I'm like showing, I'll just use my right hand because it's like easier. That was very nice. Whoever just went. I can't see your name from here. That was very good too. What the heck? Oh, and then yeah, that's also a thing. Steering with your mouse. Oh my God, I thought someone just went. I was like, I didn't even see you. That's another thing you can do is steer with your mouse. I know a lot of people do that in like dressage, because you can be very like subtle and like smooth. Um, I've never been able to get the hang of it, and I don't know if like, I mean, I'm sure you can make like sharp enough turns if you need to, but like, I just like don't feel like I have enough control when I do that. So I've never actually done that in a show because that scares me, but but yeah, that's my take on it. I guess like you can use it like when like you're going through a turn because like you can make it look very smooth, but you can also make it look very smooth with your keys because like you just have to tap them. Like you just tap them faster or slower depending on how much you need to turn. And like on your screen, like yeah, it looks like your horse is like freaking out, but on someone else's screen, it'll look smooth if you're just tapping to turn. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, whoever's next, go ahead. I think we're almost through the line. Look at us. I'm keeping you guys so late. I'm sorry. But this is a very complex topic, okay? This is very complex. All right, good job, Molly. A little bit to the right and also like angled to the right, so definitely like I would straighten yourself out a bit more like dramatic before you get to the jump. And you should be good. All right, go ahead. Whoever's next. Miss Bambi. Since when is Bambi on a Gotland pony? Whoa. That was great. A little bit to the left of center, but very slight. Very good. I think Bambi understands screen delay, guys. I think she does. Just a wild guess. Okay, whoever's next, go ahead. No, but seriously, like, I think Bambi could probably explain this better than me. It's fine though. All right, good job, Eve. A little bit left of center and a little bit angled to the right. Yeah. No, but that was good. That was good. You guys, it's fine. You guys, this is just practice. That jump's also really hard, like, if you're not used to doing it, because you're like, oh my God, like, I'm gonna hit the rail. Like, if I don't turn sooner, it's scary. That used to scare me, that jump. It still scares me. What am I talking about? Okay, whoever's next, go ahead. Oh my God, I still get nervous if I do a show. How sad is that? Like, you just get like your hands get cold and like clammy. That was like perfect. Whoever just went. I'm like not even looking at names. I'm so bad. That was amazing. Good job. Oh, Wheeze. That was amazing. Whoever's next, go ahead. Oh, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, getting nervous. I get so nervous. Don't worry. I think everyone does. It's just like you're on the spot, you know? You can't not get nervous. It's like totally fine. That was very nice. A little bit crooked, but you were pretty much in the middle, but you were just crooked. So just work on that. Kind of like straightening yourself out sooner. Yeah, like my hands get so cold and sweaty sometimes. Okay, whoever's next, go ahead. And like my heart just like gets a little fast. It's fun. It's a rush, you guys. It's totally a rush. That was so cringy. That was amazing. Whoever just went. Emma. Yes, Emma. That was very good. Very, very nice. Like maybe like slightly angled to the right over the jump, but like very slight. That was excellent. Okay, whoever's next, go ahead. Two more. Oh my God. We're almost there. If anyone like has last minute questions, like you can go ahead and ask them now before we are done. That was very good. Like slightly to the right over the jump, I believe. Oh my God, I'm like spacing out. All right, if you're watching this back, you saw it. A little bit off center, but that was very nice. All right, last but not least, go ahead. Ivinka, that's a cool name. I'm sure that's not your nickname, but I'm sorry if I'm calling anyone their SSO name. I always usually say that, but very nice. A little bit left of center, but that was very nice and straight. So that was a really good job. Okay. That was everyone, right? Did we miss anyone? Kangaroo. Oh my God, yes. That's your nickname. That's a good nickname. I love when people just have like totally like random nicknames, like not related to their game name at all. It's so great. Like mine's boring. Mine is like actually a nickname for my game name, but like kangaroo, like that's cool. Okay, no questions. Anyone have questions? Anything at all? Now's your chance. Just kidding. You can like ask anytime in Discord. Yeah, Monica has the most creative nickname of all. Monica. or Monokiki, or Mamaka, or Monokeeks. Yep. But yeah, if you're watching this back, you're cool, and everyone that's here, I would say watching it back is probably really helpful because then you can like see where you jumped. I tried to like get everyone. But yeah, hopefully that's helpful. Private lessons. So the private lessons you can buy in the Discord. There's a channel um called Currency Guide with like a little money sign next to it that like explains the like bot commands you have to do to make money. And you do all the bot commands in the bot commands channel, obviously. Um, and it like explains like how to do it and like how to check your balance. And then it also says like how to buy one of our shop items. So like in the shop, that would be how you buy the private lesson voucher. And then once you buy it, you get access to the private lesson channel, and then that's where you schedule a lesson with us. But yeah, any other questions? Anything? Goodbye to everyone that's leaving slowly. Okay, I think everyone's good. Um, yeah, you guys can totally ask any other questions you have, like in Discord, if you think of it like later. It's fine. But yeah, hopefully this is helpful. Thank you all for coming and have a great rest of your night. Bye, guys.